And for Dickinson, the 6-foot sophomore, number 5, David Charles. And forward for the Gators, the 6'4" junior, number 11, Emory Allen. And then forward for Dickinson, the 6'6" senior, number 10, Zion Little. The assistant coaches at Dickinson are Matthew Clayton, Justin Dawson, Jay Williams, Jerron Hendry, Shannon Jones, and Whitney McCollins. The head coach of the Dickinson Gators is Jason Wilson.
When it comes to accidental injury cases in Houston, there's only one law firm that files more cases in Harris and surrounding counties than any other firm. That's Dawson Law Firm. Why? Because they're the best of what they do, getting their clients the compensation they deserve for injuries they've wrongfully suffered in an accident. If you've suffered an injury in an accident and would like a free case review, call the super team at Dawson Law Firm, 713-322-HURT. That's 713-322-HURT. Or go to DawsonLaw.com for more information. Welcome to semifinal number 2 here at the Coleman Center in Aldine ISD, as it's the 2022 Vype Invitational, sponsored by Dawson Law Firm. As of right now, it's the 16-3 Pearland Dawson Eagles taking on the 14-7 Dickinson and Gators. Welcome to the action, everybody. Brandon MacArthur going to take you on this journey as we're going to see which team is going to face off against Booker T. Washington in the final at 6 p.m. after they took care of the Houston Christian Mustangs 81-60. Right now on the floor here for the Eagles, it's going to be number 1, Jaden Miller, number 5, Kendrick Bailey, number 12, Keyshawn Cotton, number 23, Larry Lyons, and number 25, Charles Anderson. And right now for the Dickinson Gators, Kasim Boyd, number 2. Watch out for him. He is a human highlight reel, coming in averaging 27 points per game, including 7 steals as well. Driving hard in the lane is number 10, Zion Little, as he is going to get his first foul against the Dawson Eagles, as that goes against number 22, or number 12, my apologies. As I say, there is no 2020. That's Keyshawn Cotton. That will be his first team foul. And so that sends Zion Little to the line. Little, the senior, averaging 12 points per game and 8 rebounds as well. First free throw is good. So there's our first point here in semifinal number 2. Is on the floor for the Gators. It's going to be number 2, Kasim Boyd, number 3, Vernon Glover, number 5, David Chung, number 10, Zion Little, who's at the line, and then rounding it out, number 11, Emory Allen. And 2 of 2 goes Little. So now it's 2-0 with 7:25 remaining here in the first quarter. It's going to be a full court pressure here from Dickinson as they love to try to create turnovers. Pull-up jumper, and ooh, hit hard in the back is Kendrick Bailey, as he will go to the line to shoot 2. And just like Kasim Boyd for the Dickinson Gators, number 5, Kendrick Bailey, he is the team that makes Dawson go, coming in 15 points per game and 4 rebounds as well, as that foul went against Emory Allen against the Gators. First free throw front iron, no good there from Bailey. And we'll have our first substitution as Mason Peters will check into the ball game now. Second free throw is good, so Bailey goes 1 of 2 from the line. And sitting from the Gators is actually Emory Allen, so he'll sit down, as coming back into the ballgame there was Mason Peters. 2-1 here after the 1-and-1 there from Bailey. So far, all 3 points have come from free throws. Boyd setting up the offense, throws it over to Little. It's a 2-3-3-2 zone here set up by Dawson, depending on who's got the ball out there on the wings. Dribbling around here is Dickinson, taking their time setting up this offense. Boyd gets up on the wing. A pump fake, trying to drop it down to Little, and it's going to be last touch there by Dawson, so it stays here with the Gators. 5:15 remaining here in the first, 6-4 with Dickinson leading. It's going to be Little here to inbound. So far the only points is Little's 4 at the free throw, and Kasim Boyd with an easy breakaway 2-point layup. Boyd matched up here against Bailey. That's the matchup we're going to be looking for here, especially if this game's close late in the fourth quarter, with both of those teams being the leaders here on this. Little back on over, swinging on hot potato. Great patience here from Dickinson, not rushing the shot at all. Little gets inside on the block, throws it off, but unfortunately too hard as he airballs it. Ripped down here by Lyons. Lyon pushing the tempo, throws it back over to Bailey. Bailey gets inside, but he dribbles off of his foot. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Boyd, scooped away by Bailey. Nice hustle, drops it off over to Miller. Miller then gets inside the paint, throws it up off the glass, no good, and ripped down here by Dickinson. And then it's going to be a foul that goes against Charles Anderson, as that will now be his first of the ball game, and that is team foul number 4 here against Dawson. And now that's going to have to check in Jaden McCleskey. McCleskey checking in for Larry Lyons. So you've got Bailey, Miller, McCleskey, Anderson, and Brown on the floor here for Dawson. Little getting inside the paint, going uncontested, taking heavy contact, but it's going to be no good or no call. Scooped away here by Dawson. Racing up the tempo is going to be Brown. Brown picks up his dribble, runs into a bit of a trap. Bailey then picks it up, tries to throw it off a Dixon defender, and it's being tapped around. Finally scooped away here by Peters. Peters drops it off to Bailey. Bailey gets inside, nice little Euro step, but get it out, says Anderson. Tapped around and then saved. Brilliant job by Dickinson. Pull-up jumper off iron, no good. And then we're going to have an over-the-back foul against the Gators. That will be their second team foul. And that's going to go against number 14, Harrison Karras. That's Garza's first personal foul here. That's team foul number 2. Brown looking for Bailey. Bailey having a hard time breaking this trap here. Throws it on over, driving inside and dribbled off the foot is Miller, so that will be a turnover. Ball going back to Dickinson. And now checking in for the Gators, number 11, Emery Allen, as he comes on for Mason Peters. So the junior's on for the sophomore. Walking up the floor is going to be Vernon Glover. Glover flips it on over to Chong. Chong to Little. Around the perimeter we go. Nice spin move inside the paint by Chong. Runs it a little bit. Nice bounce pass over to Little, but he can't handle it. Ball's on the floor. Everybody's on the floor. Finally flips it on over to Boyd. Or my apologies, check that. That's Glover. Glover now gives it over to Boyd. Boyd picked up by Bailey, and we'll reset the offense here. Bailey doing an excellent job staying with his man. Ooh, took a shot where you don't want to get shot over there by the screen. Boyd can't hit the jumper. Rebounded here by Dawson. 3 minutes and counting left as Miller having a hard time breaking this press, is going backwards and is going to have to call for a timeout. So with 2:57 remaining here in the first quarter, we have our first timeout. We'll take one with them. 6-4, Dickinson leading over Dawson when we return here on Vype Live. Remaining here in the first quarter as Dickinson has been leading so far. Kendrick Bailey has all 4 points here for Dawson, 4 from Zion Little and 2 from Boyd. Hasn't been too much scoring as both teams really struggling to find the hoop there, as that will be a miss. Rebounded on the floor there. Everybody's diving after it, and we've got a tie up, and we'll see who has the possession arrow, as it's going to stay here with Dawson. So next tie up will be Dickinson ball. Be Jaden Miller to inbound here for Dawson. Throws it up, lobbing it up, and oh, unfortunately couldn't go up and go get it, as that pass was just a little too high for Lyons. Lyons then gets the rebound, and then he is hacked, and will go to the line to shoot 2. Zion Little thought he was fouled, as these referees are letting the kids play today. So it's 3 team fouls against Dickinson, 4 against Dawson. Lyons catches front iron and gets the shooter's touch for his first point of the ball game. Second free throw, good. 2 of 2 in the line goes Larry Lyons. And now we're even at 6. And this is going to be Leach who has the ball right now. Kevion Leach, who comes in averaging 12 points per game, the sophomore. Dropping it off to Little. Little gets inside the paint, throws it up off the glass, and oh, Zion Little. What a beautiful move and finish there. 8-6 here, Dickinson leading, and that will be a reach-in foul. Who's it going against? And that's going to go against Emory Allen. That's his second, as that's team fouls number 4, both. And now Jaden Miller will check out as Richardson will check in for Pearland. And coming on here for Dickinson, Diego Sanchez will get his first action of the ball game. Bailey just hopitating it all the way over. Finally drops it off to Cotton, and then, oh, good defensive tie up there. As this zone is causing chaos here for Dawson, trying to drive baseline and flipping it around as they're doing brilliant job moving. And oh, Zion Little stepping into the passing lane, gets it away, throws it up all the way, and oh, Bailey can't get there for the cover as Leach gets his first 2 points of the ball game. And this zone press is causing chaos here for the Eagles. Ooh, they wanted the steal there as it was a little bit of a lazy pass. They've got an open cut. There it is, and two-handed flush. And oh, what a recovery there by Diego Sanchez as he denies Lyons. Boyd now trying to get in the action, flies inside the paint, trying to drop it off over there to Leach. Leach drops it back inside the paint. Now Little will set up on the wing, and Dickinson will set up the offense with 1:15 to go. Little, guarded by Bailey, takes a little bit of contact, shrugs it off, and oh, can't get it to flush. Good rebound there from Scobie, and then he is fouled. And seeing who the foul is going to be going against, as they'll say it will go against Larry Lyons. That's his second, so 5 team fouls against the Eagles here, as now going to the line is going to be number 12, Jeremiah Scobie, the sophomore. Misses his first. And checking out will be number 5, Kendrick Bailey for Jaden Miller. And sitting will be Larry Lyons as Charles Anderson comes on for him. Glover will also check back into the game for Dickinson, as Zion Little will get his first breather. Minute 5 remaining, and one more to come here for Scobie. Scobie goes 0 of 2 from the line, and that's picked up here by Dawson as they're trying to find Miller. Miller then will fling it up, and oh, almost picked off by Boyd. Boyd then gets it up to Anderson. Anderson one hand, and good, takes the contact, going to the line for one more to see if he can complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. So Anderson gets hit by Keithon Leach, as that will be his first personal, and team foul number 5 here for Dickinson. Anderson trying to complete the three-point play and does nothing but nylon. Charles Anderson with his first 3 points and looks good. Coming in will be Braylon Howard for his first moment of the game, in for Devin Brown as he will sit. Howard, the junior here, coming on for Brown, the freshman. 50 seconds remaining as Leach will just kind of walk it up here. Leach, Boyd, Glover, Scobie, and then Sanchez on the floor here for Dickinson with just 35 seconds remaining. And what are we going to call? 5 seconds. Oh, man. Leach gets hit with a 5-second call after the tight lockdown defense there. Howard will now, nope, check that. It's going to be Richardson as Bailey comes on with just 34 seconds, trying to see if they can maybe take a late lead here, as they have not had the lead at all over the Gators. Oh, they wanted to travel. You could hear the whole crowd screaming for it. Trying to find Miller and throws it away, and somewhere Rasheed Wallace is yelling the ball don't lie. So after the turnover, ball going back to Dickinson with just 22 seconds remaining here. It'll be Boyd to inbound. It looks like Dawson is going to try to pick it up. The substitute Sanchez will come off as Zion Little will come on. Leach to walk it up. 19 seconds remaining. He'll now put a little pep in the step, gets across, drops it off to Boyd. Boyd then driving with his right hand, kicks it out, swings it over to Scobie, drops it off to Little. Little has the size advantage that he wants, spins inside, and I think they're going to hit him with an offensive foul. Yep, Little a little bit too gracious with that elbow swinging around, and that will be team foul number 6, but an offensive foul does not put you into the bonus. And Little will sit, as that is his team foul number 2, and coming on is going to be Mason Peterson. Checking back on his Larry Lyons as he comes in for Braylon Howard. So McCluskey to inbound. He's looking, still looking, finds Bailey. 7 seconds, Bailey racing down, picks up his dribble, shuffled a little bit, finds Anderson on the block, two-handed flush down. And with that two-handed jam, that puts Charles Anderson at 5 points, and it gives them the lead. Eagles leading 11-10 over the Gators. Second quarter action when we return here at the 2022 Vype Invitational, sponsored by Daspit Law Firm.
Dawson, 11, Dickinson, 10. When it comes to accidental injury cases in Houston, there's only one law firm that files more cases in Harris and surrounding counties than any other firm. That's the Daspit Law Firm. Why? Because they're the best at what they do. Getting their clients compensation for injuries. They wrongly suffered an accident. If you suffered an injury in an accident and you want a free case review, call the super team at Daspit Law Firm at 713-722-HURT or go online and reach us at daspitlaw.com.
The super team at Daspit Law handles a full range of personal injury cases and are getting results for their clients in big numbers. Car accidents, truck accidents, industrial accidents, construction accidents, maritime accidents, offshore accidents. If this is you or someone you know, I encourage you to get a free case review from Daspit Law Firm. 713-322-HURT. That's 713-322-HURT. Go to daspitlaw.com for more information. Second quarter action here after Pearland Dawson took a late lead from the two-handed jam from Charles Anderson to make it 11-10. But then, flushing it down for the 3 is going to be number 11, Emory Allen, for his first points in the game. And now it puts Dickinson back up by 2, 13-11. Miller racing in, tries too hard with the hand, but nice job by Anderson with the putback. Charles Anderson now up to 7 points on the game. We're tied at 13. Racing ahead is number 5, that's Chong. Chong will drop it off over to Glover. Then swings it back up to Boyd. Boyd still only 2 points in this game. Step back from Glover. Glover off the iron, no good. And that will be picked up there by number 23, Lyons. Everybody's screaming for a foul. Who are they going to hit him with? And it can't be against Allen. Okay, that's going to be against number 32. That's Tyler Thomas, the sophomore, checking on for his first action as well. So that is now team foul number 7. That should be 1-1. And it is. So Dickinson in the bonus, so that means any foul that they have, it will go 1-1. When they get to 10, it will be a double bonus here for Pearland. Stepping up to the line is going to be Lyons. Lyons front iron and good. Lyons with 3 points on the ball game with 1 more to come. Second free throw from Lyons. Good. 4 points from Lyons, 7 from Anderson, and 4 from Bailey is how you get up to 15 here for the Eagles. Right now it is on the other side, 3 from Allen, 6 from Little, 2 from Boyd, and 2 from Leach is how you got the 13 here for Dickinson. And right now Dickinson having a hard time finding the hoop here in the second quarter. Racing ahead, Anderson back to Bailey. Bailey, nice jab step over to Miller. Miller deep 3, and flushes it good. Jaden Miller. His first 3 of the ball game now puts him up to a 5-point lead, the largest lead here for Dawson in the ball game so far. Boyd rushes a 3-pointer, takes some contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 3. And head coach there, Mark Berry, does not like the call as he is going to give the head referee an earful after Boyd rushed a three-point shot, so he'll go to the line to shoot three. As that foul goes against Kendrick Bailey. That's Bailey's first, and team foul number 6 against Dawson. So that means one more foul against Dawson, and now Dickinson will be in the bonus. Boyd hits his first. And hits his second. One more here for Cassine Boyd, again coming in with 27 points per game, and also 7 steals. And Boyd, 3 of 3, flushing them all down. He's up to 5 points on the ball game now. 16-18, Dawson leading. Miller throws it on up ahead to number 12, who drops it on over to Lyons, who takes some contact, and he will go to the line to shoot two. Number 12 being Keyshawn Cotton, who checked back into the ball game for Dawson earlier. Foul goes against Chong. That's his first. And shooting 2 for Larry Lyons. First free throw from Lyons, flushes that in. Still one more to come here for Larry. The senior averaging 12 points a game and misses that one. But a good rebound there from Cotton. Bailey likes it, takes it, misses it. But Lyons with the rebound, goes up strong. He's hacked. And now Larry's going back to the line to shoot 2, as that will be Tyler Thomas's second foul. And Thomas not happy with that call. So now Lyons hits that one. That is team foul number 9 against Dickinson. So one more against Dickinson, and that puts Dawson in the double bonus. And 2 of 2, there goes Larry. He's now tied with Anderson for 7 points for team lead. Boyd running into a little bit of trouble, and then they're going to call Miller there for the hip check. He doesn't like the call, but that is what it is. And unfortunately with that call, it's going to send Boyd to the line for a 1-and-1. So it looks like we're going to come to a free throw contest here with only 6:15 remaining here in the second quarter. So both teams now in the bonus. And like we mentioned, if Dickinson gets one more foul, they'll be in the double bonus for Pearland. Boyd misses the 1-and-1. Rebounded there by Lyons. Lyons picks up his dribble for some reason. Drops it over to Cotton. Cotton over to Miller. He's going to take a deep 3. He likes it. He missed the front end on that one. Rebounded here. Picked up, racing ahead is Chong. Chong then loses his dribble. Miller's down on the floor. And oh man, everybody's scraping down for it. Ball still loose, and then it's going to be off Dawson, and it will stay here with Dickinson. Man, players are just laying out all over the floor like it's a fumble loose. And Thomas will check out, as checking in is going to be number 15. That's Jaleel Odoms. Odoms, the junior, seeing his first minutes. Boyd looks up at the clock, sees 5:50, decides to turn on the Jets. He'll pull up for 3, hangs up there, misses, grabs his own rebound, goes back inside, throws it up, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Cassine Boyd with 2 rush shots there, but man, he's got hang time for days. Drops it off. Miller swings it on over to Cotton. Cotton can't finish that 3, and that will be picked up there by Dickinson as a nice rebound there by Odom, seeing his first moments. Boyd slowing it down with 5:25. 16-21, 5-point lead here for Dawson. Pull-up jumper, finds nothing but air. Rebounded by Anderson, swings on over to Bailey. Bailey pushes it ahead, and oh man, Boyd just racks him in the open floor. That will be a personal foul. That will be his first, and that's going to send Lyons to the line for 2, as that pushes them into the double bonus. So Dawson here has the double bonus for the remaining of the second quarter. First free throw, good. Checking out will be Allen. Checking in is going to be number 13, Mason Peters. Cotton will check off for Dawson. And 2 of 2 goes Lyons there. He's now got 9 points on the day. Lyons will sit as checking in McCleskey for him. And Devon Brown is who checked in earlier there for Cotton. 16:23 as we're ticking under 5 minutes remaining. Going up and beautiful scoop and score. What a move there by number 3, Vernon Glover, for his first 2 points of the game, as he shows he's got a little bit of hang time. Bailey dropping it down there to Brown. Brown picks up his dribble, finds Bailey. Bailey is going to reset the offense, throws it over to Miller, who saw it last second, was able to scoop it. Cross court over to McCleskey, back to Bailey. Fighting down on the block is Anderson, and he is really wrestling it down there. Miller acted like he was going to take it, and around the perimeter we go with 4:30 and counting. 18-23, Dawson leading. Driving inside, pull-up jumper is Bailey, back iron, no good. Rebounded by McCleskey, and he will finish. Jaden McCleskey with his first 2 points of the ball game. And now, largest lead here for Dawson, 18-25, 4:13 and counting. Boyd bringing it up, switches on it over there to Chong. Chong still hasn't gotten on the board here for Dickinson. And almost had it stripped in the open floor by Bailey. Backing Bailey down, switches on it over, going inside the paint. Good jive stepping. Yep, unfortunately shuffled his feet. Mason Peters will be hit with a travel. So that'll be a turnover. Coming on is Diego Sanchez, as well as Keithon Leach. And for number 5, David Chong. And number 3, that's Vernon Glover Jr. Miller trying to see if he can break this press. Bounces on over to Bailey. Bailey now, he'll get across half court. He's got numbers, throws it over to McCleskey. McCleskey switches it back to Miller. Miller, pull up 3, off the iron, gets the shooter's touch. 2 3-pointers there for Jaden Miller. He's up to 6 points now, and a large lead balloons to 10. 18-28, Dawson leading. Boyd, pull up jumper, he's not gonna find it there. Miller gets the rebound, now racing up the floor. He's got numbers, loses the handle. Picked up there by Dickinson, throws it ahead to Boyd, who will go coast to coast, finishes off the glass good. Now 7 points here for Boyd as he takes over the team lead. 20-28, Bailey breaks the press, finds Miller. Can he hit back-to-back threes? In and out, no good. Ball still on the ground, picked up there by Sanchez, and he'll find Boyd. Boyd now turning on the Jets. Gets across half court, goes inside the paint, goes coast to coast, and then he is hacked and will go to the line to shoot 2, as that will go against Devon Brown. That is Brown's first team foul, 7th team foul there. 18 fouls, check that. Boyd is perfect at the line for the day so far. Hopefully that's not the commentator curse. He's up to 8 points. Anderson will check in for Miller here for Dawson. And Cotton will sit. Boyd to stay perfect, and he does. Flushes that in. He's got 9. 2:55 and counting. Bailey walking it up now. Crosses up Sanchez, flings it on over into the corner. That's Richardson. Richardson trying to drop it down to Anderson, and who's it last touched by? They'll say Dawson. Ball goes over to Dickinson. Leach to inbound, looking, still looking. Finally finds Boyd. Boyd looks to see what the play call will be. And here goes Leach. He's guarded by Bailey, gets inside the paint. Beautiful scoop, but just can't get the score, as that will rebounded by Anderson. Now Bailey pushing the tempo. Bailey will pull it back out, swings on over, gets inside the paint, throws up a little bit of a floater and flushes that down. Beautiful move, Kendrick Bailey. He's now got 6 on the day. 22-30, 2:15 remaining here in the first half. Leach driving, takes a little bit of contact, goes, drops it off, and nice there finish by Mason Peters for his first 2 points of the game. Mason Peterson, the sophomore, gets his first bucket to go, makes it a 6-point deficit. In a little bit of a corner, throwing over to Bailey. He's got a wide open 3, takes it, likes it, knocks it down. Kendrick Bailey, he's up to 9, as now the lead is to 9 as well. 24-33, minute 44 remaining here in the first half. Boyd looks out over to the coach to see what the play call will be. A drive with his left, he's picked up nicely by McCleskey. McCleskey just not letting Boyd breathe at all. Sanchez has it over the top. We'll kick it back to Boyd, and I think we're going to have... I'm not sure what we have. We have a conversation to be had.
Substitution for the Eagles, number 10, Raymond Howard. Number 1, James Miller. For the Eagles, number 10, Zion Little.
I believe we had a substitution there from the referee for something specific. Very odd, but Bailey will sit. And checking in is going to be number 2, Pearland Howard again. There was also one other substitution. My apologies for not catching that one. Oh, Little, deep 3. Knocking it down, Zion Little. He's up to 9. He's tied with Boyd with the team lead here. Cuts the deficit to 6, 27-33. McCleskey picks up his dribble, drops it off to number 2. That's Brown. Brown tries to find Anderson. He can't finish, but McCleskey ends up with the ball, goes up strong, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to go against Keithon Leach. That's his second. McCleskey hits his first. And Boyd will come back on. My apologies. Bailey will come back on for Howard. As I believe Bailey had to come off. I think it was because he had a little bit of blood on him. And whenever you're bleeding a little bit, you got to come off to wipe that up. So that explains why the game action stopped. And 2-2 goes McCleskey. He's up to 4 points now. 8-point lead, 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Leach to walk it up. He's guarded by Bailey. Man-to-man zone here. I know that sounds kind of weird. It's just basically a switching zone that the Dawson Eagles will do. And oh, Leach loses his handle. Bailey's there to pick it up, and then oh, he's fouled, which is going to send Bailey to the line to shoot 2. As that is going to be team foul number 2 against, or my apologies, personal foul number 2 against number 1, Keithion Leach. Checking in is going to be number 5, David Chong. And Chong will come on for Leach. Bailey has 2 free throws to come, as also Howard will check in for Brown for the Eagles. Or for the Eagles, my apologies. Bailey gets to first go. He's now in double digits with 10, with 1 more to come. And he pushes it back to a 10-point lead. 35 seconds and counting. Racing up the floor will come Boyd. Drops it off to Little. Little swings it back on over to Chong. Chong guarded tightly by Bailey. Kicks it on over to Boyd. Boyd fakes it, goes into the corner, picks up his dribble, takes a heavy contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nice job by Boyd, pumping, getting McCleskey in the air, takes the contact, and he'll go to the back to the line. See if he can try to cut into this deficit. Diego Sanchez looking to cut in for Dickinson. We'll see who he subs on for after this first free throw. And the free throw from Boyd is good. It's still perfect in the line. Sanchez checks on for Little, as I'm sure it's just to give Little a longer breather here with just 23 seconds before the half. And Boyd, perfect at the line, and he's also got 11 points as he is tied with the game lead with Kendrick Bailey. 19 seconds remaining. Bailey gets past Boyd, runs in, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, and oh man, Kendrick Bailey, 13 points. Made that look easy there on the pull-up jumper. Chong looks up at the clock. He's got 3 seconds. I'm not sure if he's aware. Pulls up deep 3, and then off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Miller. That won't count even if it goes. And we head to halftime, as right now it has been all Pearland leading 39-29 with a 10-point lead as we head into halftime at this 2022 Vype Invitational sponsored by Daspit Law Firm. Second half action when we return here on Vype Live.
all patrons, all fans, all people, please don't put your foot on that chair in front of you. It's not a foot rest. Help us preserve the sanctity of the campus center. Please don't put your feet on the seat in front of you. Thank you.
sports, there's talented players and players that work hard to be the best. When you combine talent and hard work, you've got a champion. That's how I can describe Daspit Law Firm champions. They have a superior team of Texas attorneys that simply won't be outworked. And if that's the benefit of their clients that have suffered injuries in an accident. If you've been in an accident and want some free advice, call Daspit Law Firm at 713-322-HURT. That's 713-322-HURT, or go to DaspitLaw.com for more information. Second half action here, as right now it's Dawson leading Dickinson Gators 39-29. And Boyd comes out quickly. Nice little crossover pull-up jumper, back iron, no good. Strong rebound here from Dawson, as that's Larry Lyons pushing the tempo, throws it up ahead, and beautiful finish as they go up and under by Keyshawn Cotton. And that's Cotton's first 2 points of the game. They're led by Kendrick Bailey, who has 13, and on the other side, Cassine Boyd has 11. The two leading scorers for both of their squads, as Little will pull up for three, finds nothing but air, and it will be inbounded here from Dawson. Dawson now with the largest lead up to 12, 41-29. Boyd comes in averaging 27 points per game and 7 steals. He currently has 11. Zion Little averages 12 points per game, 8 rebounds. He has 9 here for Dickinson. On the other side, Kendrick Bailey coming in with 13 points per game. As Anderson goes up strong, he finishes nicely off the glass. That's his first 2 points of the second half, and he's up to 9 points on the game as well. And Dickinson's going to take a timeout as they don't like how this is starting off quickly. 43-29, we'll keep it right here. When it comes to accidental injury cases in Houston, it's one law firm that files more cases in Harrison surrounding counties than any other firm. That's Daspit Law Firm. Why? Because they're the best at what they do, giving their clients the compensation they deserve for injuries they've wrongfully suffered in an accident. If you suffered an injury in an accident and would like a free case review, call the super team at Daspit Law Firm, 713-322-HURT. That's 713-322-HURT. Or go to DaspitLaw.com for more information. Welcome back here to semifinal number 2 here between the Pearland Dawson Eagles and the Dickinson Gators, as the winner of this game will face off against the Booker T. Washington Eagles, as they won 81-60 over Houston Christian. And that game will come at 6 p.m. right here. Currently, Dickinson trying to cut into this 14-point deficit. They led after the first quarter, and then, oh man, Zion Little lowering the shoulder, and unfortunately that's going to be a personal foul that goes against him. His third foul. Excellent job by Keyshawn Cotton, planting the feet, taking the contact. That offensive charge now. We'll give the ball here to the Eagles with 6:49 as we have a little bit of a pause for a mop-up duty. And for those that were wondering here, coming in for Dickinson, it will be a substitution. Number 15, Jolyn Odoms comes on for Zion Little, who's in some foul trouble. Boyd, as we mentioned, averaging 27 points per game. Well, he's also doing it on 48% shooting as well. So he's somebody that's extremely efficient, but struggling a bit today. He does have 11 points, but a lot of that has come at the free throw line. Oh, deep three there, and knocking it down, Larry Lyons. He liked the look, took it, and now he's up to 12 and ballooning this lead here up to 17 now. Boyd trying to see if he can get by Bailey. He's going to have a tough shot. Finds front iron, no good. Rebounded by Miller. Pushing it is Miller. Finds Bailey. Bailey going to go strong up against Boyd. And oh, nice job, Cassine Boyd, to rise up and get a hand to that. He'll block it out of bounds. And so it's going to stay right here with the Eagles. Inbounding over to Cotton. Cotton, high pass up to Lyons. Lyons going up and getting it. Pull-up jumper, back iron, no good. Rebounded by Cotton. He goes up with it. He can't finish. And then stripped away by Anderson. Anderson goes up with it, and he does finish. Charles Anderson now with 11, showing a little bit of strength down on the block. Chong to set up the offense here for the Gators. Swings on over to Glover. Glover then drops it on over to Peterson. Peterson to Boyd, back to Peterson. Peterson just tightly guarded there by Cotton, spins out of it. Nice pickup by Anderson, and 3 seconds in the lane. They're going to call it on number 3 there, Vernon Glover Jr., who is camped out below. And checking out, number 15, Jaleel Odoms, will come off for number 32, Tyler Thomas. 19-point lead, largest of the ball game here. Oh no, right through the hands of Lyons, and that's one where you kind of take your eyes off the ball, and as he's tapping his chest saying, my bad on that one. Boyd gets across half court, takes a huge three-pointer, back iron, no good, but Thomas wrestling down on the block for it. He's on the floor wrestling around, still loose, and then it's picked up. Man, they're really letting him play. Bailey pushing it up ahead, and then Boyd just strips it right out of his hands. Runs into Bailey, and finally we get a call. That is the first one here against Dawson. That is going to be a personal foul against Miller, and that's Jaden Miller's second personal foul. 5:05 remaining here in the third quarter. Boyd goes strong, and then a illegal screen from Tyler Thomas. And so that will be a turnover, and that is now team foul number 2 here against Dickinson. Miller swings it on over to Lyons. Hard jab step. Goes over with his right hand, pulls up from the free throw line, and flushes that one down. Man, Larry Lyons now 14 points on the day, and he has been playing exceptionally well here for the Eagles this afternoon. Chong looking at this 3-2 zone as it's Miller, Lyons, Bailey, Cotton, and Anderson, the original 5 on the floor here for Dawson. Chong gets inside, tries to drop it off to the cutting man, but it's picked off by Bailey. Bailey living up ahead to Miller, but Boyd taps it away and gets another steal, his second here in the second half. Boyd goes coast to coast, drops it off to Glover, throws it back out, deep 3 from Chong, off iron, no good. Ball still on the floor, Thomas goes down for it, and then who's got it? Last touch there by Dawson, so it's going to be Gators ball. Checking on will be Leach and Zion Little, as Thomas will sit, and so will Peterson will sit, my apologies. Checking in is going to be number 2, Brown, for 25, Anderson. Never mind, Thomas stays on the floor. So that leaves it with Leach, Boyd, Glover, Thomas, and Little on the floor here for Dickinson. And then it's going to be on the other side, the flip side, it's Brown, Cotton, Lyons, Bailey, and Miller. Going up strong, get it out. Nice job there by Cotton, but picked up there by Dickinson, trying to fling it on over to who? Picked up there by Glover, and Boyd will finally reset the offense there. Boyd driving inside, pull-up jumper, back iron, no good. Rebounded, throwing it up to Miller. Miller's got a little bit of space, and oh, he can't finish as he's blocked by the front of the rim. Here comes Boyd now as it goes back and forth into a track meet. Tries to drop it off to Thomas, and then we're going to have a charge against Boyd. As excellent job by the freshman Brown, setting his feet, taking the contact. And that will be team foul number 3 against the Gators, and that's the second foul against Boyd. Miller flinging it on over to Lyons, and ooh, dangerous pass back to Miller. Nice job by Boyd adding some pressure. Picked off by Little. Little to Boyd. Boyd goes up strong, and he's hacked by Miller, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Boyd making his 4th trip to the line. That is the second foul against Dawson, and also Boyd still perfect at the line as he has got the free throw stroke down. Anderson comes on for Cotton. Bailey will sit, and also Lyons will sit as Howard, McCleskey, come on as Boyd has got one more after he hit the front end, and stays perfect as he's got the shooter's touch. He's up to 13 in the ball game as well. Miller flies it out over to McCleskey. McCleskey picking up his dribble a little bit too early there. Hits over to Brown. Brown back to McCleskey. Jab steps and then stripped in the open floor by Boyd. Boyd again, 3rd steal here in the second half alone. Goes coast to coast, takes some heavy contact, no call. And now Kasim Boyd leads all scorers with 15. Racing ahead in heavy contact on that hip check there. As that will send the freshman Howard, or might check that, make that the junior Braylon Howard. He will go to the line for 2. Fourth team foul. Check that. Third team foul against the Gators, 4 against Pearland. First free throw is up and good. Howard now finally on the board. One more to come. And back iron and gets the shooter's touch. And he goes 2 of 2 over the line. Miller will check out. Bailey will check in for him. 19-point lead, as now that's also going to bring in number 11, Emory Allen. He'll check on for Thomas. 3:08 remaining here in the third quarter, as Dickinson then led after the first quarter, but then ever since they had that lead, it has been all Dawson. Ballooning it up to 21 at one point. Pull-up jumper from Little, in and out, no good. Strong rebound there from Howard, as he's been playing excellent these past couple of minutes. Bailey driving all the way with his right hand to get it out. Zion Little. Anderson, he'll come down with the board. Goes up strong, takes the contact, finishes, and one going to the line for one more. Charles Anderson, have yourself a day, son. He's got 12 on the ball game, going to the line for one more. Cotton will come in for number 2, Brown. And Sanchez checks in for Boyd. Anderson to see if he can complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Off back iron, no good, but strong rebound by McCleskey. McCleskey dribbles out, hands it off to Bailey. Bailey going to slow it down a bit, as they will set up the offense around here on the perimeter. So far, excellent denial of Zion Little and Emory Allen down there on the block, just not allowing it inside. Finally, Anderson gets it, but he's going to be tied up, and then excellent defense, rebounded again. Sanchez can't get it out there. Zion Little goes up, grabs it one hand. Now he's going to be on the fast break. He doesn't have numbers as he runs into trouble. 1-on-4, and ball's on the ground, picked up by Bailey. Bailey now racing inside the paint, goes up with it, throws a line drive, takes some contact, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. As that is now team foul number, it's either going to be 5 or number 6 against Dickinson, as that is the first foul against Glover Jr. Bailey has 13 on the day, as he is second on the team right now, just behind Larry Lyons with 14. First free throw is good. Miller will check on, so will Lyons. To Dawson, who leads by 23 with 1:50 and counting in the third quarter. Miller throws a high, lazy pass that's going to be batted over to Little. And you can see head coach Mark Berry did not like that. And then, another turnover here by Dickinson. A little bit sloppy here the last about 30 seconds for both teams here, and myself. Cotton to inbound here right in front of the Gators bench. Throws it over to Miller. Miller drops it off to Bailey. Bailey will scoot up ahead. He's got a wide open Anderson, who goes in with a two-handed jam. Anderson has 14 on the day now. The largest lead balloons even larger, 25, 33, 58 with 1:20. Deep three, flushing it down. Zion Little, he's now got 12. As Little hits his second three-pointer on the day, second and both coming in the second half. Bailey to Miller. Miller picks up his dribble, runs in a little bit of a trap, tries to throw it ahead and tapped away by Zion Little. Little having a nice day offensively and defensively, as he has a couple steals and some amazing blocks. Oh, Little feeling it. Off iron, no good. He thought that one was going to cash. Rebounded by Lyons. Bailey scooping past everybody. Next foul against Dickinson will put Dawson in the line for a 1-and-1. Three-pointer, off iron, no good. Rebounded here by Sanchez. Sanchez throws it over to Glover, looks at the clock, 30 seconds remaining here in the third. Drops it off to Little. Little, he'll pull up again, and hits front iron again. Here goes Bailey. Loses control of the handle, no call. Miller, corner three, flushes that in. Jaden Miller, his third three-pointer, he's up to 9 now. 10 seconds as Glover will walk across half court. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. He's just going to have to pull that. 1 second. He's not going to get it off. So we go to the end of the third quarter, and it is all Dawson leading by 25, 61-36 over Dickinson. Third quarter return here in the 2022 Vype Invitational, sponsored by Dawson Law Firm. In sports, there's talented players and players that work hard to be the best. When you combine talent and hard work, you've got a champion. That's how I can describe Dawson Law Firm, champions. They have a superior team of Texas attorneys that simply won't be outworked, and that's to the benefit of their clients that have suffered injuries in an accident. If you've been in an accident and want some free advice, call Dawson Law Firm at 713-322-HURT. That's 713-322-HURT, or go to DaspertLaw.com for more information. We finally come to the fourth quarter here in semifinal number 2, and it has been all Dawson Eagles leading by 25, 61-36 as Boyd gets into the paint, takes some contact. Kasim Boyd will go back to the free throw line for his 5th trip here on the ball game, as he is leading the team with 15 on the day. Now, Dawson, how do they make it here to the semifinal? Well, they started off against the Woodlands Christian Academy, where they took care of them 76-52. First one from Boyd is good, as he's now up to 16 and still perfect at the free throw line. And then they faced off against Klein Forest, where they dominated 75-44. So right now, Dawson still been taking care of their opponents here in this 2022 Vype Invitational. And, oh, the first miss there from Boyd, in and out, no good, as he's got 16 on the day, which leads all scorers. Pull-up jumper here from Lyons. Oh, Larry Lyons says, now I'll have 16 on the day, as Larry Lyons been playing brilliantly here for the Eagles. Boyd drops it down to Little. Little gets inside, goes up strong with one hand. He can't finish. Ball still being batted around and picked up by Lyons. And what do we got? A travel. They'll say Lyons had the ball and was unfortunately shuffling his feet after Cotton kind of went down right there in front of him. So it'll be a turnover. Ball stays here with Dickinson. Chong to try to inbound to Little. Throws it up high. Little scoops, beautiful scoop pass down below to Glover. That'll be tapped away by the Eagles, so it stays here with the Gators. And don't forget, fans, after this game, we will have the final matchup here. That will come at 6 o'clock here. And as the score stays, it will be Pearland Dawson taking on Booker T. Washington, as that should be a high-flying matchup if the scores stay and Dickinson doesn't go on an absolute tear. They're still waiting as they mop up the floor here. And Dickinson trying to inbound here. We'll throw it up to Boyd. Boyd to Little. Little jab step, kicks it out into the corner. Corner three from Glover. Iron no good. Nice strong rebound there by Anderson. Anderson still looking for some help. Finally finds Bailey. Bailey gonna have to turn on the Jets here to get across half court. He does. Throws it on into the corner. Corner three. Iron no good. And then that should be offensive. He cannot grab the rim as the ball is above the cylinder by Anderson. So it will be a turnover going to Dickinson. Speaking of Dickinson, in this tournament, they started off against Fort Bend Bush, where they won 50-47, and then took on Cy Fair, where they won another close one, 57-49. And if the score stays, they'll be taking on Houston Christian for the third place game, as Zion Little misses another three. And that's picked up here by Dawson. And they'll have to call a timeout there, as they ran into a little bit of trouble. And while we run on to a timeout, we'll give a shout out from our sponsors here. The super team at Dawson Law handles a full range of personal injury cases and are getting results for their clients in big numbers. Car accidents, truck accidents, industrial accidents, construction accidents, maritime accidents, offshore accidents. If this is you or someone you know, I encourage you to get a free case review from Dawson Law Firm. 713-322-HURT. That's 713-322-HURT. Go to DawsonLaw.com for more information. Welcome back here to the fourth quarter as it's the largest lead here for Dawson, 26, leading 63-37. And speaking of Dawson, they will start district play back up, as right now they're just 1-0 in district play as they had a victory over Clear Lake, 73-51. But they'll go again on January 4th against A-Leaf Taylor, as they'll play that as a home game. Racing up ahead, drop down pass to Anderson, and oh! Rise up Charles Anderson with another two-handed flush as the bench is loving that one. Charles Anderson putting on a show down there on the block as it is up to 28, 65-37 remaining here with 6:22 counting in the fourth quarter. Little, he'll pull a three again. He is 0 for 3 in his last 3 attempts from deep, but Zion Little knocks that one away. It's still being knocked away, and it was last touched by Little, so ball goes back to the Eagles. Anderson with 16 on the day, leading all scores here for the Eagles, and in fact, he's leading all scores across the board. He's tied, actually, with Kasim Boyd, who's also got 16 for Dickinson. Bailey takes the screen, gets inside, will scoop it on over. Miller going for his 4-3, and he's got it. Jaden Miller, 4 3-pointers, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. And with that, we're now up to 31 as Boyd gets inside the paint, and he will finish. Kasim Boyd now with 18. And oh, tapped away by Glover. That's got to sting the fingers a little bit. Picked up there by Chong. Chong drops it off inside the paint. Strong, hard foul as going up with it was number 12, Scobie. And Scobie will go to the line to shoot 2 after the foul goes against Cotton. That's Cotton's third personal foul, and it will be team foul number 4. First free throw from Scobie, off iron, no good. Cotton will sit, as coming on will be number 2, Brown. Scobie finally gets his first point of the ball game after going 1 of 2 from the line. Brown finds Bailey. He runs into a little bit of trouble and trying to see what we have. They are going to officially give the timeout here to Dawson. So with the timeout, we'll take one with them. 68-40, Dawson leading. Fourth quarter when we return here on Vype Live.
While we have a minute, we want to thank some of our corporate sponsors that helped make the 2022 Vype Invitational a tremendous success. Thank you to our creators, our supporters at Boost Mobile. Also, we want to thank the best hamburgers in town. What a liquor that you had won today. Also, our Granted Grind Basketball. 1,000 shots in 5 minutes.
Welcome back here to the M.O. Campbell Center here in Aldine ISD for this semifinal number 2 matchup between Pearland Dawson Eagles and the Dickinson Gators, and it has been all Eagles as they lead by 28 right now. The only time Dickinson actually had the lead was in the first quarter when they ended with the lead. But outside of that, in the second quarter, the Eagles decided to turn on the pressure and have really been running away with it. And speaking of, we went through the Eagles' schedule when they start up district play. For Dickinson, currently they sit at 0-1 after they lost to Clear Falls in their first matchup, 61-59. But they'll start back district play on the 3rd, going against Brazos Wood. Boyd takes the contact off the glass and good. Kasim Boyd will now go back to the line as he's got 20 on the game and trying to see if he can cut into this deficit with just 5:16 left here in the game.
Personal foul, Dawson, number 23, Larry Lyons. His third personal foul.
Boyd making his 7th trip to the free throw line, as he is leading all scorers with 20. And again, we did mention his stat line as he comes in with 27 points per game, but he also averages 7 steals a game, and he's had a couple. He's actually had 4 here in just the second half alone. So after a little bit of mop-up duty, Boyd going to see if he can complete the 4-point play. Or, my apologies, the 3-point play. And he flushes that one down good, so he's now up to 21. Miller looking, runs into a little bit of trouble as he throws one up to Lyons. Oh man, he had Anderson, but then it will be tapped away by the Gators, so it sticks here with the Eagles. We did mention that Boyd, not only with that 27 points per game, but averaging 48% from the floor, and including 38% from 3. So he's somebody that has had a little bit of trouble getting the ball to go today, but still finding a way to get to the line. Oh, Miller wanted his 5th 3-pointer, but it was in and out, no good, as he was knocked down his previous 2, and that one just teased him. Little, deep 3, and oh, flushes it down. Zion Little, he's got 15 now, as it's a 22-point lead with 4:40 and counting. Lyons going inside the paint, throws up a runner, back iron, no good, and picked up by Glover. Glover drops it off to Boyd. Here comes Boyd racing coast to coast. He's just going to pull up for it. Off the front iron, no good. Chase down, rebound, Little's got it. Goes up strong with it, throws up a hook shot, and oh my Lord! Zion Little finding the basket after throwing up a prayer. And now it's a 20-point lead with 4:19 left here. And we'll stay here and give some love to some of our sponsors here, especially the sponsor of the tournament. The super team at Dawson Law handles a full range of personal injury cases and are getting results for their clients in big numbers. Car accidents, truck accidents, industrial accidents, construction accidents, maritime accidents, offshore accidents. If this is you or someone you know, I encourage you to get a free case review from Dawson Law Firm, 713-322-HURT. That's 713-322-HURT. Go to DaspetLaw.com for more information. So we're in semifinal number 2 right now as Dickinson's trying to make it interesting here in this 4th quarter. As at one point the lead was up to 31. They've cut it down to 20 right now. But I don't know if the clock is going to run out on Cinderella. 68-48, 4:19 left here in the 4th quarter, as Kasim Boyd and Zion Little have been trying everything they can to see if they can get the Gators to come back in it. Throws it up to Anderson. Anderson will finish nicely off the gas. Charles Anderson has 18 on the day, which is leading all Eagles. And behind him is Bailey with 15. Don't check that. Larry Lyons with 16 is actually second. Little on Miller. Goes inside with the left hand, throws up a runner with the right and gets it to go. And Zion Little has 19 on the day. And oh, Boyd almost came away with the steal as he goes running off your screen here. Anderson will sit as Cotton will check in for him. Brown to inbound on the baseline here. Miller, baseball pass all the way down there for an easy layup, and that's got to be goaltending, and it is, as that will be 2 points for Keyshawn Cotton. As Cotton now has 4 on the day after Scobie swatted off the glass. Can't quite do that. Brown will sit as Anderson comes back in, and coming out is Scobie as bringing on number 13, Mason Peterson. Glover will let it roll. Now we're under 3:39 left here in the ball game. And oh, Jaden Miller almost just stripped that right there on the open floor. Little, another 3. Back iron, no good. And that ball still being around and somehow finds the hands of Boyd. Boyd takes the screen, gets inside, throws it down to the block over to Peterson. Peterson jab steps, throws almost an intercepted pass. Little gets inside the paint, throws up a floater, back iron, no good. Rebounded there, strong by the Eagles, pushing the pace is Bailey. Bailey gets through all the contact, throws it over to Miller. Miller wanted to do a little give and go, but I don't think Bailey was ready for that. Picked up by Little. Little, he'll try the three again, and this time gets nothing but air. And oh man, nice hustle there by Boyd as he almost was able to create the turnover. And Lyons is going to check on for number 12, Cotton.
Larry Lyons.
Oh, that was almost picked off by Boyd again. Ball still loose, and oh, the foul's going to go against David Chong, and that should be team foul number 7, so that should be a 1-and-1 here for Dawson, and it is. So with 2:56 left, that will send, I believe, Miller to the line. And Diego Sanchez will come on for number 3, Vernon Glover Jr. Miller, he's got 12, all coming from behind the arc. And there's his first one from the free throw line to pick it up to 13. Checking on is nobody. And 2-2 goes Miller. And there we go, as the substitution was for the shooter, so checking on will be number 10, Braylon Howard, and sitting will be Jaden Miller. Miller comes in averaging 10 points a game and 7 assists. He has 14 on the day. Boyd, he'll pull up from deep, back iron, no good. Good chase down rebound by Bailey. Bailey takes some contact from Little, and that's not what you want to do for Dickinson, because that's just going to stop the clock and send Bailey to the line here for 2 more. Or my apologies, for a 1-on-1. It's only 18 foul. The 10th team foul, that will be now double bonus. Allen is going to come on for Little, as Little will now have 4 fouls. 1 more, and that will be the day for Zion Little. Bailey hits the first. As the lead has now been pushed back up to 25, with still 1 more to come here for Bailey. And 2-2 goes Kendrick Bailey. He's now up to 17 on the day. Bailey's got 17, Lyons has got 16, and Anderson's leading them all with 18. Chong, good crossover, better defense there from the Eagles as he can't get it to go. Rebounded by Anderson, and it will be Bailey who comes down officially with it. He's pushing the tempo, gets across half court, splits the entire defense, tries to drop it down on the block to Anderson. He's finally able to corral it. A nice job here by Dawson to set up the offense again. As it's the junior, Braylon Howard, dropping it off to Larry Lyons. Lyons, a senior on the squad. It's Jaden Miller, who's a senior, Bailey, who's a senior, Cotton, who's a senior, Lyons is a senior for their main stars here for Dawson. And oh no, errant pass there. Going to be picked off. Chong going coast to coast, but Larry Lyons says, don't bring that weak stuff in here, as he sends it out of bounds. And the clock will stop with 1:43. Inbounding it will be Leach. 3-pointer from Chong, flushes that one down. As David Chong now has his first 3 points on the day. Bailey.